Hello, my beautiful single collective. How are you, friends? I hope you're well. Thanks so much for checking in here today. We are on day number 4 of 7 days of reads. And so we are reading every day for the love readings for the singles but between the 9th and the 15th is what we're doing. So I'm here today. We're going to use some oracles this time. I've just been using tarot up till now to give you readings, but we're going to hit the oracles just a little bit here today and find out what's going on for you. So this reading is not time-stamped because this is not for your specific sign. This is for any sign. I will call out the signs and symbols as you need to see them or know them in order to know what is going on in this reading. So if you can please just use your discernment, put on your little tinfoil intuitive hat, and let's get at it and find out what's going on. Tell me about the collective. Look, I'm uploading right now the full moon in Leo reading, and it is wow. Somebody's about to make some sort of really big move here. And that's sort of the energy that I'm still in. Like I'm sort of vibrating from this Leo energy. So let's find out what's going on for the collective, please, on this Leo full moon. Happy full moon to you, by the way. Are you a Leo? Where does it show up in your chart? For me, it's in Jupiter. Where does it show up for you? And how are you feeling over this full moon? I'd love to hear from you. All right, let's find out what's going on here. What have we got here? We've got chaos and conflict. Okay, that's a place to start, isn't it? It's a place to start. We've got the thinker. Oh, that's what it is. Somebody is in a chaotic mindset right now. And it might be because of this full moon energy. It feels like somebody's about to end something so something else can begin, or maybe something already has ended, or they've released something, but it feels to be a little bit chaotic. Look, somebody is in the 3s. It feels like somebody here is like ready to begin a new journey. That it's time to think about who I want to give my reciprocal energy to. 3 and 3 is 6, right? I also feel like somebody here, it's like when I see this particular picture, we can see that there is a zebra who is trying to be a giraffe, like is covered in the costume of a giraffe. And so it makes me feel like somebody has decided I can no longer play it small. I'm no longer going to act a certain way to keep other people comfortable. I'm now coming out. Take that the way you are. The way you are is the way you are. And if you're the one that's coming out, whether you're a person who's been silent about who you really are, I think that the authentic you is about to come out, and I feel like you're in a lot of chaos in your mind about that. We've got 44. Look at that. Maybe you're seeing 3s or 4s, right? 4 and 4 is 8. Oh, look, we got serendipity. There's something here, a happy accident that is about to happen here. Something that is designed by the universe, but I feel like it's something that is supposed to happen. And I feel like you've been holding back from trying to be who you really are, but you've just got to let your freak flag fly, no matter what that means to you. You just have to do that, because if you want to attract someone authentic, you have to be authentic. If you are someone who is not living authentically, you will constantly attract people who are living the same way, who are doing shady shit under the surface, or who can't show you who they really are. Tell me about chaos and conflict. I'm using Moonology because we are in a full moon today. We do have the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. So we have Gemini energy here. And so it does feel like, and with the 3s here, we also, with the 3s and turning into a 6 here, it feels like the answers that, it says here, the answers you need are coming. There is a full moon here. It says a full moon in Gemini, but today's the full moon in Leo as I read this. Something is about to be released, or someone's releasing themselves from the mind. The thinker is here, and Gemini is the one who overthinks all the time. So you could be waiting on a Gemini, but it does feel like this is something you never thought would happen. There is some big energy here. Something you thought would never happen is that you would get the answers that you need, and now you're going to be able to release whatever it is that's been keeping you caught in your mind. I feel like somebody here is... You could be meeting someone who just says, look, just be authentic with me. I just love who you are. Just be who you are. Like what a gift that would be, right? A beautiful gift of somebody just saying, be who you are. I'm going to love who you are anyway. Let's take a look at this deck here. One more card. Tell me more about the collective. Singles, please. Oh, yes, we should talk about that, right? So we have this full moon in Leo, and it surrounds Valentine's Day. So I feel like, the moon energy is usually felt the strongest 3 or 4 days before, 3 or 4 days after. So in this period now, this could be a time where someone is going to be making a bold move. Look, I can't even write that. We've got love here. You're going to get the answers that you need. The answers about love are coming here. Love says, I commit to the practice of seeing good in all things. So I think no matter what happens here, no matter what goes down, I feel like you are going to see the good in something. So whether or not this is about a romantic relationship or not, and for a lot of you, I think it is, I feel like no matter what the answers are, you're going to respond to it in the authenticity of who you are. You're just going to be truthful and honest and decide that, you know what, just because somebody loves me or doesn't love me doesn't make or break me, right? It doesn't prove your worth. You are the one who proves your worth. Bottom of the deck, we have fear. So someone's totally freaked out here. It says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Oh my gosh. So somebody here is freaking out because they know that they have some pretty big feelings and it's time for them to say something. And they got to get out of their head here. And yeah, it feels like somebody is finally realizing that this is what they want, is what it feels like here. Boundaries, acceptance, and fear. Again, fear is coming up twice. So somebody has been in fear of their manifestation, it feels like here. So this boundary says know when to put up and let down your walls. So maybe you've had walls up with this person. There's an acceptance here. Accept the past, current situations. Work through issues gracefully. I was kind of getting that from this chaos and conflict sort of energy, that you have to, before you can move forward, you got to accept things for where they are, right? And so when we show this love energy here, it does say, I commit seeing the practice and seeing the good in all things. So regardless of what the ending is or how it turns out, I feel like you are going to accept whatever is coming up because the answers you've always wanted are connected here. Fear says expecting the worst, afraid of failure, wasting time on negative thoughts. So maybe you're the one who's got your boundaries really high because you're scared that something is maybe will or will not show up. Your manifestation is about to be confirmed, I want to say. The law of attraction, thoughts become things. So whatever your thoughts are is what is coming in. And that's good news for some of you. That's bad news for some of you, right? Giving up something now for a future reward. Here comes your soulmate. The divine will provide you with love when you are ready. And that's also a different timeline for all of you. It doesn't mean that it's around the corner for everyone, right? All right. Alrighty then. Let's get to the tarot. Let's find out what's going on, please, for the collective. Give us some details about what's going down here. Collective, you only have a couple more days to get in on 10% off sale. If you're interested in that for a private reading, my readings are already quite reasonably priced, so 10% off then gives you a further discount. Please look in the pinned comment for your coupon code for 10% off, and there's a link to Wizio there as well. Tell me about the collective. Tell me what's going on here. We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And we have the Ace of Cups. Excuse me. We have the Star. We have the Seven of Pentacles. And we have the Hierophant. So it looks to me like a wish is coming true. A wish is being granted is what it looks like here. Somebody has got a manifestation on the table and they're terrified that this manifestation will actually come true. I feel like we're all big and brave when we're like, yeah, I want this, that, and the other thing. And then when it shows up, we're like, what? Wait, what? It's showing up? I feel like a wish is about to be granted here with the Star and the Ace of Swords. You're about to get some sort of clarity, a call, communication. I feel like some sort of communication is coming in here. We do have the Eight of Pentacles. We also have the Seven of Pentacles, though. I feel like the wait is over because the Seven is the place where we are waiting. We're putting in a lot of work. It seems like a lot of hard work, but it also is throwing the seeds of intention, right? You have to have an intention of the path you want to follow. And when you throw those seeds, just like the farmer does, then you must farm those seeds. You must water them, you must nurture them. And so I feel like you're moving now from the 7 to the 8. The 8 is the harvest. It's the place where you've done all the hard work, and now you can show people what you're made of, right? So we've been standing here watching and waiting and hoping, and it's like watching a pot of water boil. And then we've got the 8 of Pentacles, and this is more about putting things into practice. It's now we're putting the theory and the practical work. We're actually doing it and showing people. We're actually producing something from it now. Now this is the time where we're gathering the information, and this is the part where we put all of our theory and practicality into the pentacle world and start seeing results, the fruits of our labor. So we do have the Hierophant energy and the Ace of Cups. It does feel like there is going to be some type of commitment that's coming up here, however little or however large. For all of you, it'll be different because some of you haven't met a person yet. This is brand new. For some of you, you already know somebody who's a Taurus, possibly. It could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We have a lot of that energy here. It could be Aquarius as well, Gemini or Libra. We also have Gemini, right? We started out with Gemini. So it does feel like here that some of you are going to probably end up in a commitment fairly soon. And it could be starting at the beginning of the month. I don't know why I always see the aces as like being the beginning of the month. But don't forget that this energy of being very bold, and I think the first card that I pulled that was in Moonology is being bold and making the first move. That was the first card that I pulled in the full moon reading that is uploading right now. And so I feel like somebody is going to be very bold about their words, about what they're saying. They're going to make it very clear that they're willing to put in the hard work. And this is after a time of waiting. And I don't think that this person was doing anything but trying to figure out what they wanted. Do I really want somebody? Do I want a relationship? Do I want to fall in love? It's a big responsibility, right? A lot of people take it lightly, and it's not something to be taken lightly. I feel like somebody here is very serious. The Hierophant is quite serious about this, right? About following their path and doing it right. Unfortunately, the earth signs can be very much about perfectionism. So the Hierophant wants to do it perfectly. I don't want to veer off the path. I'm trying to listen to the higher self. This is also someone who's ready to, whose heart now, they know what they want. I feel like somebody here wants some sort of commitment. And like I said, it'll be different for all of you. Some of you haven't met this person yet. It might be a commitment of, can I take you out for a date? For some of you, that Ace of Cups in the Hierophant could mean we've been dating for a while. Can we stop seeing other people and just see each other? That's also a commitment. This could be moving in. This could be getting married. All of you are at different stages in your life, right? But I think whatever it is here, that a wish is about to be granted. Tell me more. Tell me more about the Star and the Ace of Swords, please. Oh, this deck always argues with me. It never wants to get in line. All right. Tell me more about the collective, please. We've got the 5 of Wands. So somebody here has been in indecision or holding themselves back, possibly in an internal struggle about what they really want. I feel like they're going to get clarity this week. It could be you, it could be somebody else that's having clarity about you. We do have the 10 of Swords, but somebody first has to release something. For some people, the release of something, it feels like somebody needs to release a betrayal. So when you're, it's never good to get into relationships back to back to back, right? And you need the healing part in between. And I feel like that's why somebody here was waiting. Because the 10 of Swords is telling me someone was betrayed or stabbed in the back. There was something that came to a hurtful or painful end, but this person had to make peace, right? There's a peace sign. This person's making a peace sign. That although the end has come, the release is where we bring the peace, right? The peace shows up after the release. And for any of those of you who have lost somebody who you really love to the next realm, you'll know that's true, right? It's like as we're leading up to it, and then once the person has finally crossed over, then we can release and then we can heal. And so I feel like somebody here had to release something and heal from it first, and that's why we have this 7 of Pentacles. Somebody was putting a lot of hard work into finding their peace after some sort of a something that ended that was really hard, a really hard cycle for them. It was like they were in combat maybe arguing with somebody or something, arguing with themselves about something. Tell me more. We've got the 5 of Pentacles. So this might be somebody that you're not currently speaking with. And I don't think it's for any reason other than life. I think life is just lifing. I think that's what's happening. It feels like somebody here is really trying to get ahead. I want to say, as I see this, I always see that we're getting ahead. But I also feel like maybe there is somebody here who had to heal to get onto your plateau or onto your frequency or onto your vibration. I always see these two as being very different in their vibrations, one being ahead and one being a little bit behind. So it feels like that maybe we're not really talking to each other or not really connecting with each other at this time because we have some healing that's going on within the vibration. I do see the Hierophant as being a healing energy. Same with the Ace of Cups. Give me one more. And then we have the 8 of Swords. So I feel like there is delays here. There has been delays with somebody here. And it does feel like it's because somebody's trying to catch up with a vibration, catch up with, it feels like they had something go on in their life that was really terrible and hard. And I feel like somebody is coming to a realization, I've got to say something. Even though maybe they may not be ready to date. Maybe they may not be ready to be really serious with you right away. Maybe we're going to start in Pentacles. We have a lot of Pentacles, which is practical, slow. Let's build something first. We have somebody here who's building the 8 Pentacles, right? They're like putting them on the wall of a building, like they probably built that little bench that they're sitting on. Somebody has made themselves, they're a subject matter expert on something. And I think that what they're an expert at is getting hurt. I feel like somebody keeps getting hurt and getting put outside, and getting hurt and getting put outside, on the outside looking in. And I feel like somebody is really making this decision of, do I really want to go through this again by getting into another love situation? Do I really want to do that? What's the outcome here, please? Tell me what the outcome is for the collective, please. Here it is. There it is, friends. Right there. This big chunk of cards fell out. And so we have the 10 of Cups, we have the Chariot, and we have the King of Swords. For some of you, there is going to be a very honest conversation that's coming up. And it's going to be about whatever has been submerged, because this is Cancer energy. Cancer keeps everything under the surface until they really, really trust. Trust is about the King of Swords. So I feel like there is somebody here who is going to bring up feelings, and they intend on being victorious. They intend on moving forward, having success, and being victorious here. They intend on bringing balance to the situation, because this card of the Chariot is not only about victory and success and moving forward and going fast, but we've also got this. We've got the light and the dark Sphinx, and that's the representation of the masculine and feminine energies. So I feel like somebody really does want the 10 of Cups. I think that they've decided that that's what they want, but I feel like this person is coming in head over heart. You might be dealing with an Aquarius, somebody who you really can't gauge them, or you can't clock them, because they're very serious at the beginning. But when this person speaks, they don't speak. They don't say things lightly. They're not a game player. This person doesn't have the ability to play games. This person is somebody who's usually very honest. Now, that is not hard and true for every Aquarius. I know that, because the moon and the rising is what influences the sun. So we could be talking about an Aquarius rising, an Aquarius moon, an Aquarius Jupiter or Venus, right? It doesn't have to be the sun sign. So somebody here nonetheless is about to speak up, because when the swords are in the air, hey, I got something to say, right? And the King of Swords is here being very honest and truthful and factual about how we're going to be moving forward from here. Somebody really does want to move forward and be happy. They're confused at this time. It's very scary for them, because they've just come out of a cycle. It feels like somebody here was really hurt. They thought that they were happy in some sort of cycle, but the chapter closed. And now it's like, what do I do now? Do I do this again? They're thinking, right? They are the thinker. They're up in their head here. So I do feel that somebody's about to make a bold move. When you see that that full moon reading in Leo, you'll know what I mean about this feeling like an emboldened reading. It feels like it's like, I want to say, expect the unexpected. The King of Swords, when the King of Swords speaks, you can see the butterflies. It's because they say something impactful or transformational. This person's not speaking out their ass. They're somebody who's ready to bring their feelings to the surface, ready to bring something up that I feel is going to change everything. So I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I appreciate you. I will see you tomorrow for day number 5. You guys take care. Bye-bye.